Hi.
What the heck is it? That's all. That's all I know. I absolutely love this game. So, Steve, what have you been up to? I know I see a lot of stuff. You've been to a lot of shows. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, some in-person things again, which is great. New York Now was in person, and I was there last week. And Toy Fair, unfortunately, is not happening this year, so I'm kind of bummed about that. So I've got like a dozen or more Zoom meetings to fill in for that. And I've been doing the game show. We did 4 more segments this past week, which will get released in the next 4 weeks. So I've been busy doing that as well. I might be doing a live version of the game show for an upcoming trade show here in Miami. So I'm kind of excited about that. I just noticed I have this thing on here. I'm going to fix my setting.
Yeah, I want to know when when your game show, what the heck is it? When that's going national? That's a pretty cool game show. I'm telling you.
Well, you guys, you have all the connections.
I know we're working on it. I've shown that to everybody. And then Steve had the Jersey on NBC. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
you showed that like absolutely perfect.
Oh, thanks so much. Did it show up in sales? I'm always
not a lot, but we got some sales out of it. I mean, a small segment, but we promoted it. But again, it just was pretty cool. The whole segment, that whole show part of it, when you start showing all these products, really cool. I recommend anybody that you need products for should send them to you, definitely.
And that was all shot on my iPhone, which is pretty amazing.
Imagine that.
I mean, what we live in now. That would have been 2 years ago. That was unheard of.
It's funny. We were just talking about technology, but I'm telling you, it came out great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always blown away that here you're shooting on an iPhone and it's going on national television, and it looks just like it. It doesn't look cheesy. It looks like it belongs. So we live in a pretty amazing world right now.
What I can't believe is how quickly you get through each product.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you know what I think it is? I don't think it's the technology. I think it's Steve, honestly. It's the way he presents it, the way he shows it. It's his charisma. That's what it really is.
Well, he's done a couple of these. I think he's done
overstating the technology stuff.
Well, I've been doing the Today Show for like 10 years now. So I'm sorry, but it's a whole new world for me, because it used to be always go to the studio, lay the stuff out. But before all of that, he was a TV news reporter. So shooting a story in the field was sort of like my old wheelhouse. So now I'm had to go back to bring those skills back up in the new world. But I think we're going to go back to the studio. I think my next Today Show segment will be back in the studio, I think.
Wow.
I hope so, because they're canceling concerts again. I had backstage passes for Rob Thomas, and we had Chris Trapper on earlier today, and they're canceling Matchbox. They're moving it to the following year. So he said he's starting to get his live events got pushed out too. So I don't know what's happening. It's too bad.
Weird, I see things loosening up. Like, I'm surprised Toy Fair didn't go live, but I think part of it is that in the case of Toy Fair, if you haven't sold enough booths, it doesn't pay to do it. So I think it's somewhat about the vaccine, but it's more about the economics.
Yeah. Well, it's funny today, Steve, we asked Chris Landano. He seems to think he's really good at guessing what products are. So we said, hey, we're going to do a little segment on what the heck is it. We'll see how good he really is. I mean, Carmine got destroyed last time. So I might go easy on him.
It wasn't even close. It was like I couldn't see.
Well, that's the next way we do it. We don't even show the product. We just have to start guessing without even looking at a product. I think that's the future. That's the sensory deprivation version.
So Steve's got all this whirlwind experience, right? He used to be on the UIA board. He's done a lot of newscasting, a lot of television. What do you recommend if people are going to show you products? I mean, I know I always send you stuff. I know how to do it now, but what do you need for them to get them on TV?
To get them on TV. So if it's for the Today Show, don't send me something until I put up follow me on all social media. And when I put up, like, I'm looking for back to school products, if your product fits into that, that's the time to hit me up. Because for me to get them now and then remember them is like not going to happen. So as I get a segment, I post it, and then, then start, and don't send me the product, just reach out to me. And if it's something, and basically from there, I put together a big document, give it to the producers, they pick what they want, and then I want the product sent to me, not before that. If it's for the game show, it's sort of the same thing in that if you've got a mystery gadget, meaning you look at the product and you can't guess what it is, then let me know about it. Send me a picture, send me a little blurb about it. And if it's a good fit, if it's got a little funniness to it, if there's something that looks like it's a good fit for the show, I'll certainly keep it in mind. And of course, Don't submit a product to me unless you're already subscribing, watching the show, and liking the show. If you haven't watched 1 or 2 episodes and you haven't subscribed, don't contact me. So that's my new mantra to all those.
Great idea.
Well, there you go, Chris. Don't send them your belt until you actually watch a show.
We already spoke about it. We already spoke about it because I owe Steve an invite to the Manhattan Inventors Club with the whole COVID. It's been crazy, but I showed him my belt, and he just said, "I don't think it's a fit." I appreciate
that belt. I'd be able to guess. I could guess the belt.
Because sometimes you look at them and you know what they are. So it's like
you wear it,
a mystery quality to it that it's not really good for the game show.
I need the belt.
Right. Something that's a wearable, and you can tell that you wear it with buckles. I mean, that's a little bit more of a giveaway.
Right, exactly. And I mean, it looks like what it is, which is great, and it's a terrific product, but it's not going to create a lot of discussion and confusion, which is what I'm going for.
Right.
Hey, Steve, real quick question. The group that you put together for your show, they're awesome.
Oh, it's a bunch of friends
They're
for the
funny.
most part. I try to, I have a bunch of friends who work in the comedy world. So whether they're comedy writers, or they're actually stand-up comics, I try to bring them in because I'm trying to, keep the show as light.
Yeah, and I've been waiting for my invite. I haven't gotten it yet.
You know what? I think we should do a whole round of just UIA, a UIA version of it. I'm all in. I'm all in. So we can make that happen.
I'll be the host. I don't want to look bad.
Oh yeah, well, that's what. No, I keep the host gig so that I don't look bad. I can't guess this stuff, so I better. Being the host is, the way to go. I look smart, and it's easy to fool everyone that I know what's going on.
Yeah, take all the credit.
So Steve, let's talk about Hoda for a minute and that show. I mean, I know you've known her for a long time. Let the audience know, because she seems like a hot ticket. She seems like just a good-hearted person. So does Jenna. They all seem like cool people.
Actually, I have to say, everybody there, and it's not only them, because you know them from other things, but the floor manager, the camera guys, the makeup people. I mean, it's such a nice group of people that's what I miss the most. I mean, I don't miss being in the studio. It's just a piece of real estate, but I miss having the makeup lady talk to me, and all that stuff, that interaction with those people that I've known for years. April, who you do the rehearsal with and does the setup with all the kind of like the day before to figure out what props they're going to need. I've known her for 10 years. I've watched her go from a single girl to married. She's got a baby, all of that stuff. And I feel like, I miss seeing them. Hoda's a doll. She's been always very sweet to me. Before Jenna was Kathy Lee Gifford, and she was probably like my best connection. We just had we just like hit it off really well. Jenna, I'm still getting to know, because frankly, I've done the show with her in person maybe 4 or 5 times, but I don't know her as well as Hoda, who I've known for years and years and years now. So.
Yeah, right. Pretty cool. So what's the best product you've shown on that show? Or a couple of the best products?
The jacket purse.
It is!
Oh, God.
I didn't even set that up.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, my God. Come on.
I didn't even toss the softball out.
It's like going to a parent-teacher conference and asking who's the best kid in the class? Your kid, of course, is the best kid in the class.
I would never do that with my youngest, ever.
But Chris, he didn't even hesitate. I mean, that's how good he is.
There was no delay, nothing. See, Chris, you feeling how I work these things, Chris? You watching? Taking notes?
No. Steve, the best episode was Kathy Lee.
Oh, yeah. So I never can remember the name of that product. It was a travel
of course you can.
Of some kind. I blocked it. And I always tell a story where, it was the thing where it had a little suction to the bottom of it. It was really actually a really smart design, like for an RV. So when you're driving around, it won't spill over. But I had them all there. I said, you can't knock these over. They've got this. And she just took her hand and she just swiped it. And there were like 25 of them were flying all over the studio. And my phone is in my back pocket. It started vibrating a second and a half later as the guy who owned the company was like calling me like, stop her. But it was very, very funny. And actually that clip has had like a couple of million views on YouTube.
See, it's the bloopers. Here you
she
go, Chris.
wiped them out.
Or something.
It was so funny.
And
he probably got more sales. He probably got more.
I'm sorry. Go.
No, you got it.
I think when a product goes on television, you're sticking your head out, and you can be slapped or kissed. It could be one or the other. So you got to kind of take your chances a little bit. But truthfully, you can take a bad moment and you can turn it around. You can play up the embarrassment of it and use that as a marketing tool. These guys didn't do that, and they've done fine without that. But I think they could have really even capitalized on Kathy Lee beating them up on national television.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, they could have had the blooper. Sometimes from your bloopers, you can make a lot of money if you market it right.
I mean, the show itself is probably watched by like 1.5 million to 2.5 million people. The blooper alone was watched by maybe 3 million people. So, you're getting more exposure. And look, everyone knows she's kidding around me. That the intention is not to slap the thing around. So I think, you can play it up really well. Ask Kathy Lee for a rematch. There's a lot of things they could have done with it. And I told them all that. Instead, they just wanted to kill themselves. And the guy's like, it's the end of my business. You ruined me.
Yeah, I gotta believe their website went off the hook too after that, because people are gonna want to see it.
Yeah, of course.
Funny.
Well, I'll tell you my biggest blooper, Steve. It wasn't even me either. It was Brandy. I told you I proposed her live on Good Morning America.
We're gonna hear this story again.
Whatever, man. You can mute your button. I had 2 minutes.
Oh my
So
God.
I did this whole thing. We were done.
Hey, Steve, did you know he worked for a BMW?
I heard that.
You know I was on Shark Tank? Did you know I was on Shark Tank?
Oh my God.
I think I heard that too.
Oh, my God.
It's virtual background.
So after it's all over, they come out and Tom at the time says, Tom Kelly, the comedian, he says, did she say yeah? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure she did. Brandy's like, of course I did. And Tyler's, my son's sitting next to Brandy. And he goes, did she swear? And I'm like, I don't know, Tom. Like, there's a little ledge here. I was trying not to fall off the stage. The platform. Tyler goes, yeah, she did. So I guess, she had no idea. I surprised her so much. She basically said, no effing way. And to herself. And like, she was shocked that I was proposing. So he says they're in the back room thinking she said no and swore. I'm like, no. I'm trying to edit it out. Brandy's like, I can't believe I ruined it.
Well, live TV is like, you never know what's going to happen. So you're lucky it worked out.
Yeah, it did. It did. I think all of New York saw it. They cut some of it, but then it's funny because Robin Roberts did a follow-up on it. Oh, the following year during COVID, and she did a whole thing from her studio, showed pictures of us, showed a clip of it, talked about my shoes. So she really blew it up. It was it worked out pretty good.
Well, and the thing about those morning shows, that they're live on the East Coast and then they're 3 hours delayed on the West Coast. Right. They do a lot of, a live thing gets edited sometimes a lot, especially if there's breaking news. They need more time. They start chopping you up. So I've had one segment appear on the East Coast and another one by the time it's gotten to the West Coast.
That's what essentially happened. It was, live, and then they showed on the West Coast a clip. This just happened in the studio, a little 30-second clip.
Yeah.
You know what was great about that, Steve? By the time it got to the West Coast, she said no.
You're right. She already contacted a lawyer and had a prenup already. So that was all done by the West Coast. She was ready.
She said, "What the F are you talking about?"
Hey, this is how I met Chris Landano. I don't know, 7 years ago or something. We're on Shark Tank Good Morning America, and he brought this belt. His belt at the time, it looked like he had just gone to Kids R Us and purchased it.
Oh, no.
Had like kid toys. I'm like, you're really going to go on Good Morning America with that belt? He said, well, I'm just trying to. I said, oh, Lord. So that's when I got involved and made it into a real belt, a professional belt that looks high grade, really, really marketable now. So, okay, Chris, how about that story?
One year we were doing, I was doing like sort of like an inventor showcase thing where I was like the host within the host, but we had a bunch of like people from Gadget Nation, from the book and whatnot on the show. And one person showed up without the product. I'm like, goes, oh, I thought you'd have it here. I'm like, well, how would I have it here? Well, you're supposed to be here with your product. They showed up without their product. So having a Toys R Us version is a way step ahead.
Well, it's funny because that same morning, there was two people that were going to pitch live because they only had so much time. Obviously my product was pretty complex. Yours was pretty technical. The person who was supposed to show up said they had just got stuck in traffic and showed up late, and they just blasted them. Said, you're not getting on now. And the guy was kind of like giving him a hard time. He said, listen, you were supposed to be here at 5:30 in the morning in the studio to do a rehearsal, and you didn't do it. You can't go on live now. Yeah. So they don't mess around, as you know.
Yeah. I would say that, Steve. They don't mess around, right?
No, like we do a rehearsal the day before, and then we do the real thing the day of. And if the product's not there for the day before, which has happened so many times I can't begin to tell you, then even though it's there the next day, they're like, we didn't have it, we didn't stage it, we took it out of the segment, and it's just the way it is.
It's a great learning lesson for inventors watching. If you get an opportunity to be on such a stage, stay in a hotel in Times Square and avoid the traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve,
it's
Steve,
the money. Yeah.
Steve, that's a great segue. So everyone believes that their big break is to get their product on TV. So are there products that should go on TV? They shouldn't go on TV? And maybe when should the product go on TV?
Well, I mean, I can also tell you that, I mean, TV's great. Of course, I work in it, so I'm a big advocate of it. But sometimes you never know. Like my book, for example, I've hawked it on TV 1,000 times, and it's done okay sales-wise. But it never did better than when it was in Parade magazine. Sometimes it's the right clique of people and the right audience. You know, we were talking before about even with a licensing deal. It isn't just to get a licensing deal. You have to have a licensing deal with the right company. It's the same thing with this. It isn't just getting on TV, but getting on TV in the right. So if your product is not really housewife friendly, I hate to sound very sexist, but I'm going to be sexist right now. I mean, the audience, the Today Show audience, for example, is a woman in her, 40s, 50s. There's a certain, and they know who she is. They know their viewer. If your product is a match for her, then it's the right place to go. But a tool belt may not be the right fit for that woman. And so just getting on TV isn't going to necessarily be the right fit always. And you have to pick the right show. I mean, you might be better on, Wendy Williams' show than the Today Show, depending on what the product is.
Yeah,
and you can do your homework too. See what the demographics are of that show and say, oh, you know what? This is a good fit. This is not a good fit, etc.
Yeah. And be ready to sell, right? I mean, you have to have.
Well, and even when you write to me, you need to sell. I'm always blown away by some of the emails I get from people because they just don't get it. I mean, you're trying to wow me. Well, tell me what makes this different. How does it solve a problem? What problem does it solve? Why should I care about this? Just because you invented it, that's lovely. But why do people care about it? And what's the price point of this thing? Those are like basic questions that should be in the first 3 or 4 sentences of that pitch. And keep the pitch short with a little picture. So it's just like boom, boom, boom. I see it, rather than me reading through how you came up with the idea and why your grandmother told you it was a mistake and and then you did this. I don't need that backstory. I need to know what's the deal with the product.
That's a powerful statement, because I can't tell you how many people I come across, like inventors in particular, that are so connected to their product. They want to tell you the whole story. Right. I always say, listen, I just want the headlines. If I want to read the paper, I'll ask you for the more information. Yeah,
and if I like it, I'm going to hear the backstory. I want to hear about your mother-in-law, that whole thing. I'm not saying I don't want to hear that story, but I need the elevator pitch. Here I am, sell me. You got 30 seconds, sell me on this product. Yeah. And if you can't do that, then maybe your product is not, something that's could be sold in that format, but you have to sell it. Boom, 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 fast.
I'm all in favor of simple products, easy to package, easy to sell, easy to move. It's just user friendly, and someone like you showing it on TV.
Because I only get maybe realistically 20 seconds, maybe 25 seconds to sell it, to talk about a product on TV. That's very little time. If it's so complicated, if it backs up your hard drive and it also flies around, if it's too many things, I can't. It's just too much for the show. It's got to be something where you see it, you understand it, you get it. Yeah, that's something that's going to help me. It's going to fix my life. I want it. But if it doesn't do that, then this is not the place for it.
Yeah. And they need to know where to send you, your check.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That goes up. Not for the Today Show.
I'm just kidding. No,
but everything else I do, absolutely send a check.
Well, we should call it a donation.
The Help goodness. Steve Greenberg Eat Fund. It's just really just Steve Greenberg wants to eat fund.
Just give me the wire number, send it directly. All right, let's do it. What the heck is it? You got to have something to show us, right? What the heck is it? Let's do it.
Okay, I got one here,
Chris.
Okay, but you may know these. A lot of these products have been around a little bit, so you may know them or not. But let's play a quick round of it. No. So
I'm sweating.
Product ready? This is not for storage.
What
it looks like this.
It's for holding plants.
It's not for holding plants.
Vegetables.
So you can give me a couple of questions, like 20 questions before you make your guess. Okay.
Does it hold dirt?
Does not hold dirt. Good question. So I eliminate that.
A new hamster? Pets? Little pets?
Nothing to do with pets.
Does it hold fluids?
But I see why you thought that because of the holes on top and
Yeah.
stuff.
How about fluids?
A liquid does go in here, but also a solid.
Oh boy.
It's actually a pretty cool product. I use
Is it
this
a
product
filter
lot.
of some type?
Not a filter.
Sort? No.
The edible stuff go in there?
Yes. Yes, and it is a kitchen product.
The bread box.
Not a bread box. Not for storage. Not for storage.
I'm being quiet now. Those are my guesses because I always look bad at these.
The
No,
kitchen
you got to keep going, Carmine, because you'll help me solve it.
got the grates and it's got the hole.
Oh boy. Does it go in the refrigerator afterwards?
Let us see the top again.
Okay, I want to try hide the title.
We need a niche in here.
Yeah.
It has this.
Yeah, see, it's got some venting.
Nisha probably knows exactly.
Exactly, there's some venting here and two holes.
Okay, does it go in the freezer?
It does not go in the freezer.
How about the
I'll give you
refrigerator?
another hint. I'll give you a hint. It's involved in food preparation.
Can I say something then? Now that you
Yeah.
called me,
Yeah, Nisha, you gotta put your
Drainer,
camera
food
on, though. You
drainer.
can't hide behind your picture.
some kind of drain, food draining.
Okay,
We've been out all day.
yeah, you're right. There is, but this is for making a specific food item.
Pasta or
Oh, pasta?
We
Yeah.
got a winner.
Oh, Nisha, there you go.
Pasta
You
maker.
said it. We need Nisha.
I cook.
She's showing off. She's a show
Hey,
off.
I'm Italian and I didn't know that.
The spaghetti goes in here. You fill it with water to these lines. You use these two things to measure how much spaghetti. This is like 1 serving. This is 2 servings.
Oh, wow.
Put it in there. Then when you're done, you turn it like this. Drain the water out.
Oh man.
You got
Oh, man.
Jump back. That's
Hey,
awesome.
Nisha probably did the design work. That's why, because I can tell you, my Italian family, we don't use that thing.
No. This is the microwave version of making
Okay.
pasta. I gotta tell you, it comes out really good as someone who's used it, and it's called Fasta Pasta. Pasta.
I'd have to
pretty
put it
good.
next. I'd have to put it next to my trapdoor colander.
Oh, that was
yeah,
good. Good
oh
plug.
yeah, trapdoor colander. I know.
You
that.
just got a plug in there for
Good
Lisa.
plug,
Lisa,
Chris.
Lisa.
Very smooth. Smooth.
Look out for my people.
All right, Nisha, I'm putting you on mute for the rest of the day. All right, let's go. You got another one, right? One more? Come on.
always
You
have
got
another
time?
Okay, hold on. Let's try this.
Chris
one.
was useless in this one, just so we know, right? Chris had nothing
Oh
to say.
man, I thought
Completely stumped.
I thought it was for a pet. I was way off.
I know. I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking, plants or something.
You're gonna ban Nisha.
Sorry, I had some lot of background noise. I'm not
Yeah, you
speaking right now.
probably designed it,
Yeah.
Nisha.
Not
Don't listen to them.
Heard
You
her.
did great. You did great. Okay, here's the next product.
Thank you.
Here we go. Get ready.
Oh my God.
A foot massager.
It's not a foot massager.
Back. Is it for your back?
Not for your back.
Is it for air control? Vent.
Oh, I'm just the back. I don't think I can show the back. I have to hide the name. I didn't put tape on these.
What the heck?
And if you think
But a Is it a baby product?
it is a baby product.
Oh, is it to monitor moisture in the air?
No, but you're getting. I mean, you
Puts a
you take
baby.
guesses and put them together. You're
It
gonna
puts
have
a baby to sleep.
Yes, puts a
Soother.
baby.
Oh, the soother. A baby soother. Yes.
It's a
Yes.
baby breezer. It also comes with this little cute little belt that goes on the baby. You put the thing inside here, and it's like kind of like massages them to sleep.
Oh my
God.
God. Cool.
Exactly that.
Hey, I could put that on my track belt.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You'll have to give the baby a massage every night, and then they're 16 years old and can't go to sleep until they get a
I was just going to
massage.
say that. When's it end? It's like me giving my cat special food. It
Honestly,
never ends.
It never ends. Let's be honest. It never ends.
All right, let's go. We got time.
Oh,
Okay, I got another one here.
what the heck?
That was
What?
too quick.
I'm not gonna get away.
The apple holder.
No, but good guess.
Is it for the kitchen?
No, I'd say it starts in the kitchen.
Starts in the kitchen.
Wow, it's for storing food.
It starts in the kitchen. Where does it end?
Oh, I got
Garbage
it.
can.
Is it a coffee mug holder?
No, but you guys are heading in the right direction. You
All right, so
definitely-
there's some type of waste that goes in there.
yeah, like looking deep inside might help a little bit. I don't know if
The
that.
track belt.
It's got something to hold something.
It's
Yeah.
got teeth that.
Oh, it's
See
yeah.
that? that's a bit of a hint, I think.
Oh, is it like, do you drain something out of it when you
No.
close it? No, there's no
Works
holes.
very well.
I tell you, it matches Chris's jacket.
Well, maybe on Zoom, but in real life, it's way greener. It comes. Oh, it
Yeah,
comes.
mine
in
is
a-
blue, baby blue. Don't confuse it.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
this is like a green, really.
Are those spikes on the inside that grab
Yeah,
it?
I think that's part of the hint. Is
I can't.
Yeah.
It's hard to-
if you look at
those are like spikes that grab it.
Yeah, I know. Or it puts marks in it. It locates it somehow.
no, but those spikes are critical to its patent.
Wow, that's interesting.
Nisha, it's time for tell them the answer. Oh,
He sent her the answers before the show.
Tough one.
All right, give us a hint.
Well, it's for well, like I said, it starts in the kitchen and then it goes out. So I would say it goes into maybe a lunchbox or a bag lunch. But what's it doing?
Holding a sandwich? Holding a bagel?
Not a bagel or a sandwich. Too small for a bagel. Too
Yeah,
small.
I'm thinking an apple or some type of fruit.
You know? And remember, those spikes are kind of
Yeah.
really critical to its design, and it's part of its patent.
And they close.
Yeah, it holds a
Like I
nipple.
say, it's hard showing it on Zoom. I don't know how well you guys can see.
No, I
it.
can see it. No, we can definitely see it.
Okay.
I just don't know what the heck it's holding.
A baby binky.
Not a baby binky, though. I've seen that product too. That's come and gone a bunch of times.
Hmm.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hummus and carrots? I don't know.
No, not hummus and carrots. I mean, I guess really you have to guess what goes in here. At this
Yeah,
point.
that's what I'm saying.
No,
so
no,
is
like
it
a
a fruit
container,
that, is it
like
a fruit
small
that goes
hummus
in there?
container.
Not a fruit. Not a fruit.
Not a fruit.
Is it a big, is it multiple
bread?
pieces that go in?
Multiple what?
Is it multiple pieces that go in there? Is it one
No,
solid?
it's a one-piece thing.
It's not fruit.
I noticed Russ isn't in here because he's smart not to jump in.
Starts in the kitchen and goes out.
Well, because that's where you put it, and you can take it to lunch, so you can take it with you.
I wish I could just smack him.
Let's
Somebody
Starts in the
takes.
kitchen.
Well, no, I'm serious. You take it with you. I just don't know what goes in it.
Should I flip the cards over? Should we hear the answer?
Well, give us a food category.
Food category. I think it's something you would. And that's not a category, but I could easily see. It could be for any age, but it's definitely be for a mom giving it to their kids to take to school for part of lunch.
Oh, it's a cupcake holder.
Bing, 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 bing.
Bam! There you go, Landano.
There you go.
A cupcake holder.
Look at that. I
Spike
should know because I don't like cupcakes.
That is a great idea.
Nisha, how you like me now?
I never give cupcakes to my son, so I have no clue.
Oh,
As I
that's
said,
awful.
as I was saying,
Not for
I was
school.
thinking,
Not
I
for school.
cupcake holder. We needed Aaron. Aaron could have guessed that. We needed
Yeah.
him.
Aaron would have said it's for the scrub daddy.
He would have known. He would have known what it was. He came
All right,
on.
Steve, you're
It's
the
not
man.
as easy as it looks. I mean, and like for everybody, you know, check out the show. Nisha, you need to be watching and subscribing. Go to gadgetgameshow.com. Click on the YouTube link. You can watch some episodes, and then please like and subscribe.
Will
I'm
do.
telling you, every
Thank
time
you so
we do
much.
this,
Help
it's
me
a
help
blast.
you.
I love
Absolutely have a
that. That's
blast
an
every time
awesome
I'm
show.
with you, Steve. Thank you so much. I really
I always
appreciate
love
you.
seeing you guys too. It's really a pleasure. Happy Inventors Day, everybody. Enjoy.
Same to you, and always thank you for all the help too with NBC and all that. And I didn't even plug him. I didn't even have to pay him to say that today about the jers. Thank
No,
you, Steve.
yeah.
You're the man.
My pleasure. My
All right,
pleasure.
appreciate you, man.
Everybody,
All right,
take
Steve.
care.
All right,
stay
take care.
safe.
But all you listeners out there, you can pay him.
Absolutely. Send me cash. Always love
Buy his
that.
book. Get the book.
There-
Get the
heck
book.
is
There
that?
it is.
And now we're gonna transition right into the daddy of Scrub Daddy,
Yeah.
Aaron Krause. Does it get any better?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
This is how good of a guy Aaron